Every generation thinks it knows who the richest person in history was. Every generation is completely and spectacularly wrong about the answer. Welcome to Age of Stories. Today, we uncover the man whose wealth was so vast it literally had no precise calculation possible. His name was Mansa Musa. He ruled the Mali Empire in West Africa from 1312 until 1337, 25 extraordinary years of absolute power. The Mali Empire under Musa controlled more than half of the entire world's gold supply and more than half of its salt production simultaneously. Modern economists who have attempted to calculate his wealth estimate it at somewhere between $400 billion and $415 trillion in today's money. To put that in perspective, Elon Musk, currently the world's richest living person, has a net worth of approximately $200 to $300 billion. Mansa Musa's empire stretched across what is today Senegal, Gambia, Guinea, Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, Nigeria, and Chad, an area larger than Western Europe entirely. He inherited a powerful empire, but transformed it into something the ancient world had never seen, a kingdom of almost incomprehensible wealth and cultural sophistication. In 1324, Mansa Musa decided to make the Islamic pilgrimage to Mecca, a journey that would accidentally destroy the economies of 3 continents. He traveled with a caravan of 60,000 people, soldiers, servants, merchants, doctors, teachers, and 12,000 enslaved workers, each carrying 4 pounds of gold. 500 enslaved men walked ahead of Musa, carrying golden staffs weighing over 4 pounds each, pure gold, carried purely as a display of wealth. 80 camels each carried between 50 and 300 pounds of pure gold dust, so much that the caravan visibly glittered from miles away in the desert. When the caravan passed through Cairo in Egypt, Musa was so generous that he gave away gold freely to every single person he encountered. He spent so much gold in Cairo and across the Middle East that he triggered a catastrophic economic collapse that lasted over 12 full years. Gold's value across North Africa and the Middle East crashed completely because Musa flooded the market with more gold than the entire region had ever seen. Modern historians have calculated that Musa's generous Cairo spending spree caused economic damage equivalent to over $1.5 trillion in today's purchasing power permanently. Musa became aware of the damage he had caused and actually attempted to fix it by borrowing gold back at high interest rates. He became the first person in recorded history to single-handedly and accidentally control and manipulate the gold supply of an entire continent through personal generosity. When Musa finally arrived in Mecca, his arrival was so spectacular that news of his extraordinary wealth spread immediately across the entire known world. European cartographers began including Mansa Musa on their world maps, depicted sitting on a golden throne holding a golden scepter above the Mali Empire. Back home in Mali, Musa used his pilgrimage contacts to launch the most ambitious building program in African history, hiring architects from across the world. He built universities, mosques, libraries, and schools across his empire, transforming the city of Timbuktu into one of the world's greatest centers of learning. At its height, the University of Timbuktu held over 25,000 students and a library containing more than 1 million handwritten manuscripts on science, mathematics, and astronomy. Mansa Musa died in 1337. Within 2 generations, his empire collapsed, proving that even the greatest wealth in human history cannot survive without strong institutions. For centuries, Europeans believed Africa was a primitive continent. The story of Mansa Musa proves that belief was one of history's greatest and most dangerous lies. Today, historians and economists consistently rank Mansa Musa as the single wealthiest individual who has ever lived at any point in all recorded human history. His story was nearly erased from Western history books for centuries, deliberately buried beneath a false narrative that denied Africa's extraordinary contributions to human civilization. Today, his name is being restored to its rightful place, taught in universities, featured in documentaries, and studied by economists around the entire world. Every time someone tells you the richest human who ever lived was a modern billionaire, remember the emperor who accidentally destroyed an entire continent's economy with generosity. The richest human who ever lived, and most people have never heard his name. Subscribe to Age of Stories for more forgotten greatness.